Hello again, I am Theo, and this video is part of European Youth Connection Program's Youth Leadership Training Stage 1. In this video, we're going to be talking about youth information, specifically European youth information, which includes stuff like traveling in the EU, studying in the EU, working in the EU, as well as where to find opportunities and all of this information.
So, let's start with what is youth information. Youth information is free, quality information that empowers young people to exercise their rights, to make responsible decisions, and to participate in society. Youth information services aim to support young people with full and reliable information on their rights and options to address their needs, interests, and well-being. Examples of such information could be how to increase employability, how to get youth discount cards, where to get violence support, legal advice, and many more. As you can tell, youth information includes a lot of things that can depend on your local reality, from local legislation to initiatives. So, let's talk about European information for young people. European Youth Info is essentially information about different EU initiatives offering young people funded opportunities. It involves topics of how they can take part in youth exchanges, volunteer, study, work, travel, or participate in democratic processes in the EU. This is the type of information that we will focus on in this video, but given the diverse collection of countries in our project, some differences might apply for each one, so I recommend doing your own research as well. To assist with that, you will find links on each topic that we are discussing at the bottom of each slide of the presentation. Let's begin with youth exchanges. Youth exchanges are non-formal learning mobilities for young people with the objective to engage and empower them to become active citizens, to connect them to the European project, and to help them acquire and develop competencies for life and their professional future. More specifically, youth exchanges aim to foster intercultural dialogue and learning and feeling of being European, develop skills and attitudes of young people, strengthen European values and breaking down prejudice and stereotypes, and raise awareness about socially relevant topics and thus stimulate engagement in society and active participation in democratic life. They involve 16 to 60 young people aged from 13 to 30 years old and their youth leaders. The actual mobility of the youth exchange, meaning the time that all of these young people are doing activities together, can be between 6 and 21 days, including the travel days, and as we mentioned before, those activities are centered around non-formal and informal learning. Let's move on to ESC volunteering. The European Solidarity Corps, or EVS as you might hear it from people who have been in the Erasmus space for a long time, is a program that provides funding and connects young people with organizations to do volunteering projects. There are three main types of ESC projects: volunteering activities, solidarity projects, and humanitarian aid volunteering. But today we're going to focus on volunteering activities. There are three types of volunteering activities: long-term and short-term individual volunteering, and team ESCs. Let's start with the things that apply for all of them. First off, these activities are available to youth aged 18 to 30 who reside in program and partner countries who have done less than 12 months of volunteering through ESC. All of the activities cover complementary insurance, access to support services like linguistic support and training, basic costs such as the travel to and from the project, food and accommodation, a small allowance for personal expenses, which depends on the country of the project, and if you have specific needs, like a disability for example, these costs may also be covered. And now that we have an idea of the basics, let's look at the types of volunteering activities. Long-term individual volunteering projects can last from 2 to 12 months and are full-time activities, meaning 30 to 38 hours a week. It is important to note that you can only do one long-term volunteering ESC project in your life. On the other hand, short-term ESCs are the same when it comes to occupation, meaning again 30 to 38 hours a week, but last 2 weeks up to 2 months and you can do multiple of them. Finally, team ESCs are essentially short-term ESCs that you do with a group of people. That means they involve the same amount of hours and duration, but involve usually 10 to 30 volunteers from at least 3 different countries. Let's move to traveling in the European Union. For EU nationals, things are pretty straightforward. All you need to have is a valid passport or national identity card to travel in the Schengen countries, but it is important to note that on rare occasions, a Schengen country can refuse you entry for reasons of public policy, public safety, or public health. This means that the authorities need to prove that you are a genuine, present, and sufficiently serious threat, provide you that decision in writing, as well as specify how you can appeal the decision and when. For non-EU nationals, things are a bit more complicated. Depending on the country you are traveling to and from, you will need a passport that has been issued in the last 10 years and is valid for at least 3 months after your planned departure date, and possibly a visa. There is a common set of visa rules that applies on short stays and transit in the Schengen area, but they do not apply to Cyprus and Ireland since these countries issue visas under their own national rules. Moving to the thing that most people know Erasmus from, student exchanges. Erasmus student exchanges take place within countries that are part of the Erasmus program, as well as to and from countries associated with it. They have the same duration as ESC individual long-term volunteering, meaning from 2 to 12 months, but in contrast to ESC volunteering, there is no central application form. What that means is while you can make an account at the European Youth Portal and directly apply to the volunteering project of your choice, for a student exchange you need to apply through the International or Erasmus Plus office of your university. In turn, the higher education institution is obligated to select participants in a fair and transparent manner. And of course, similar to Erasmus studying, we have Erasmus Plus traineeships. Much like a student exchange, they can have a duration of 2 to 12 months, and you need to apply for them through the International or Erasmus Plus office of your higher education institution. The important detail is that you can combine Erasmus studying with a traineeship at any organization, except EU institutions, bodies, and agencies, that is relevant to your degree. Additionally, there is a possibility for blended mobilities, meaning combining a short physical stay abroad between 5 and 30 days with a virtual period. And to close off, we have gathered some places where you can find funded youth opportunities, starting with the European Youth Portal, where you can find opportunities for volunteering, EU initiatives, and much more, erasmusintern.org, where you can find or upload opportunities for internships, and the Eurodesk website, where you can find opportunities for learning, volunteering, and internships, as well as how and where to apply for certain grants if you are part of an organization. And now that you have reached the end of the video, I would like to give you a small assignment. I want you to go to the Discord channel of the training and write a brief description of a person, real or fictional, along with what info or opportunity we talked about today would be the most useful to them and why. For example, Mary is about to finish her degree in business management and wants to travel as well as gain some work experience for her CV. She could really benefit from doing a student exchange and pairing it with an internship. Have fun and see you soon!